So we've just come down from 4.1 to 4.0. It's almost like a little secret area down here. We've got a very special guest. I'd like to welcome and enjoy you to. I'd like you to introduce yourself and what you do here. I think an expert when it comes to Ambiente, you're it, aren't you?
Okay. My name is Naumann. I'm, in a nutshell, the boss of Ambiente. I do this job for more than 30 years now. And Ambiente is the biggest consumer goods show in the world with 4,500 exhibitors.
Do you want to go for a bit of a walk through this area we've selected to meet you? And maybe please feel free to say a few words of what we're seeing here in 4.0 in the corner in round A21, A13.
4.0 is a hall where you basically find the very modern, very avant-garde offer for the table. Glasses, cutlery, plates, but also other nice items, but everything connected to fine dining, to drinking. Why I think Hall 4.0 is a very important hall at the very moment is that this would be already the first example of a new trend we see called wabi-sabi. Actually, wabi-sabi is not a new word. It is a traditional Japanese word that basically means the perfection in the imperfection. And it has very deep philosophical roots even in Zen Buddhism. However, if it comes to product design, I think what it basically means is that you have a lot of products that look like handmade, handcrafted. This is industrial production. However, neither of the plate is completely round. The surface looks spotted, different. So 10 years ago, people would have the feeling, but something is wrong with this product. This is a production mistake. But now it is done on purpose because it gives this warm handicraft feeling. It gives off a very authentic feeling. And in a way, wabi-sabi is the new hygge. What stays from hygge is the liking of detail, the liking of handicraft impression, the authenticity of products, but at the same time the mood gets darker. It is still wood, it is still iron, it's still felt, it's still ceramics, but the colors get decisively darker. And I would like to show you a little bit more of these wabi-sabi products, because at first, if you are the head of the biggest consumer good fair in the world and you say, oh, imperfection is the new trend, I can see the question marks in the face of people. But I think it makes sense if I actually show you products. For example, this product, and this is one of the very trendy companies at the moment. At first, it doesn't even look like finished handicraft, let alone an industrial product. However, it is. It has a lot of authenticity. And one thing is, it will age well. So, and you can, as it already looks a little bit crooked, you can mix and match it. But wabi-sabi actually also comes in a more elegant, cleaner way. It comes in white biscuit porcelain, which is actually a very high-end material in wine glasses. And again, people would say, you have one of these glasses on the table. They say, why did you buy something that is a leftover of production? No, it is not. It is actually meant to be this way. And it will give the table a very lively image. It will look things a little bit robust sometimes. It's a little bit in general, maybe we can see over here, a very manly trend. Whereas hygge, with all the light colors,
want to make some room so we can get in here. It's all live. Sorry, thank you. Please come over here so we can actually see.
Whereas hygge was in a way a feminine trend because it was very light, the wabi-sabi trend with the dark colors, iron cutlery, has a little bit of a manly feeling to it, which doesn't mean that in one trend was targeted to women and the other to men. It just means that the mood is shifting a little bit.
And when you spoke about materials before, the idea of truth materials, so you talk about felt, you talk about the stone, you talk about things looking like the real material. Is that a big factor here as well? In your opinion?
That's what I mean by authenticity. People want to see the material, a little bit industrial, a little bit barn style. It connects to trend magazines like Kinfolk or Weekender. It connects to the tiny house movement. It connects to the off-the-grid barns in the wood movement, like Cabin Pawn would be a very nice page to look up for this. So this is a general feeling. It's not just the product. It is a general feeling it connects to. In a way, of course, this is completely make up, because those people with off-the-grid barns don't live there 12 months a year. Those people with a tiny house don't live there 12 months a year. It is a very urban trend, despite the fact it looks rustic.
Very, very good observations. And I think the observation of wabi-sabi, we maybe know the porcelain cup with got the gold joinery and stuff. This is almost like the evolution of that, isn't it?
Yeah. It is. Of course, one of the good things of globalization and modern times is that trends don't get dictates anymore. Those people who still want their all over flowers on their porcelain, who want their nice fine bone china, will still find it. This might be a very niche, avant-garde niche market. However, it is the one thing you will see in the show that is completely new.
And I think we saw that yesterday in the trends area. I really appreciate your time. My last thought would be, I think it's also the combination of elements. In the trends area, we see the combination. There's one of these pots next to very modern, minimalist, almost Scandinavian designs, and those contrasts is really what makes it interesting this year at the Ambiente.
This is what I say. There is no dictate of trends anymore. Yeah. People can actually do what they want. And if you ask people who are very much into interior design, not only as a profession, but specifically consumers who care about the way they live, the word you will hear most is eclectic. People want to mix, and they want to have it their own way in the end of the day.
Well, we'll close on the idea of an eclectic mix. Thank you very much for your time. I'm going to go a bit searching for more new little things to find, and have a great afternoon. So there we have it. Really professional, expert insights from someone who's more ambiente than the Ambiente itself, and come down to 4.0 and check it out. So have a great afternoon. See ya.